Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. Second section on Tuesday. So we always like to start with the warm-ups. I don't know what everyone was doing before, so I like to get us just a little juicy before we get started. So hello to anyone arriving. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Cheryl.
So we're gonna start. So find that comfortable shoulder width position. Feel the balance in your feet as we stand here so that we can bring this through to our practice. So maybe lean it back too far in your heels or bring it too far on your toes and then find center. And then we're gonna start at the top. So chin comes to chest and then lifting back up. Gentle stretches, keeping your shoulders down. Relaxed breathing, smooth, even, and continuous. So 1 or 2 more rounds up and down. And then on the last one, we draw the chin to the chest and come back to that neutral middle position. Then moving left to right, so just like single whip, looking over the shoulder, back to center, across to the other side. Really letting your shoulders hang down here, never pushing too far, maybe 70%. Your body will open naturally as we continue to do these warm-ups. Let's complete one more round. And then we'll come back to center and we'll link it all together. So the chin comes to the chest, ear to shoulder, dropping the head back and around. Move at your own pace. Do what feels good for your body. Take a moment to focus on your breath. On the last round, we'll draw the chin to the chest and then we'll go the other direction. So just take this moment, connect with your body and your breath, releasing any tension, kind of reversing all that time we spend staring at a screen. Complete one more circle. And then when you get your chin to your chest, come back to neutral. And let's move into the shoulders. So we always want to draw them back, shoulder blades together, up, forward, and around. And when you do this movement, you can have as much or as little arm movement as you want. If it feels good to raise your arms in big circles, feel free. You know your body, you know what it needs today. It might be different every day of the week. Just follow your body. And then let's go the other direction. So then we go forward, up, back, and down. So again, full range of motion if you'd like, taking the arms up wide. Your choice, okay? Good, 1 or 2 more circles. Then drop them down and let them fall into their natural position here, okay? Moving into the elbow, so we hold the arms out and we're gonna work on our elbow joints, right? So we're gonna drop the arms, creating a ward-off shape. We rotate out, palms sit, then the palms face back. So using your elbows here. You see how my elbows don't really change in 3-dimensional space? We're just rotating the joints here. Just like wave hands or ward off position. And then we're gonna go the other direction. So we swing out, we rotate at the side, and then we're gonna press down. Rotate, press down. Good. Let's do one more circle, and then we can just press all the way down. Good. All right, 2 options for the wrists always. We can just hold our arms out and rotate the wrists, or if you'd like, you can draw the elbows, shoulders, and wrists together. Do what feels good. Couple of rounds, and then we're gonna go the other direction. So rotating out or coming in, out, and up. Using the wrist, flaring the fingers as we do this movement. 1 or 2 more, and then we'll shake out the arms. And we're gonna move into the waist here. So find that stable position, okay? As we do this movement, we don't want to collapse our legs and be turning side to side. We want to use our waist. So we can hug a tree and just move from side to side. Or we can let the arms swing and kind of look behind you. Whatever feels good. Connect with your breath. Full inhales all the way down to the lower abdomen. Exhaling fully. Good. If you're swinging your arms, we're going to ease off. Hug a tree, maybe the same thing until we're back to center. Okay, a couple more exercises, right? We pretty much do the same thing every time, kind of basic. So now onto the hips. So hands on the hips if you'd like, you can just let them hang, and then we're gonna circle. So out to one side, back and around. And again, as big of a circle as you want, or just keeping it smaller, or maybe just letting the arms hang. Whatever feels good. Take this time to become aware of your body. Release the tension in your hips from spending all that time sitting and just taking a moment. Let's go the other direction. Again, small or big, hands on the hips or hands at the side. Good, and let's come back to center. So combining the knees and ankles, you can find your balance on one leg, lift your heel up off the ground, and rotate the knee and ankle this way. And then go the other way a few times, or you can have your feet together, knees together, and circle the knees one direction and then the other. It's up to you. So now that we've done a couple on this side, we're going to shift our weight to that leg, pick up the other heel, and circle or knees together. So kind of getting the hip, knee, and ankle. And then the other direction. And let's throw in a couple of hip openers again, okay? So relaxing out of that. And remember, a couple of options here. Find your balance on one leg, lift your knee and open it and put it back down. And just keep with this motion of lifting and opening. So working our balance here, it doesn't matter how high you get, it could be a little movement. If you feel comfortable, you can lift and hold it open. It's up to you. Let's do one or two more circles or hold for another breath. And then we'll drop it down. Find your weight and your balance on that leg and then lift up, other side. So we're doing this for our kicks. We're going to add a kick into our practice today. So one or two more circles or hold, lifting and holding, and then release. Okay, let's shake it out. Shake everything out of your body. So either shaking side to side, shoulders up and down, bouncing. Just shake the body out. Let's get the energy flowing. Good. Okay. Yes, I love seeing everyone move. All right, so we're gonna work on everything we did last week. We're gonna start at cross hands and we're gonna go all the way through to punching down. Now, last week we kind of went through quite a few movements. So today we're gonna review and then add on 2 repeat movements and maybe one more kick. We'll see where we're at today, okay? So let's start in cross hands and do our practice, and then we'll see if there's any questions. Finding that nice shoulder width position. Look down at your feet. Check to make sure they're straight when you start. Right arm on the outside. Shift your weight, turning. Embrace the tiger. Return to the mountain. Just like brush knee with a different meaning. Roll back, connecting out, and then turning. Circle in, touch the forearm so you can press out. Open up the arms. Coming back, sit up the palms and push. Fist under elbow. Flattening the arms, turn. Just like single whip until we push out to the side direction. Transition step, warding off. Rotate to show grabbing. Empty stance on the heel. Repulse monkey. Natural step back. One arm forward, one back. Use your elbow as you rotate for number 2. Foot touches down, hand in front of the shoulder. And number 3. Diagonal flying. Nice big circle with the arms. Step, show splitting energy. Raise hands. Open up. Empty stance on the heel. Turning. White crane. Both arms go down. Left arm goes up, then down. Re-step. Open up the arms. Brush knee. Looking at your palm. 2 circles. Touch. Open up. Show striking. Needle at C-bottom. Stepping closer in. Pull back. Lift up the toes. Change to empty stance on the toes and sink down. Lifting up. Fan through the back. Turn body. Chop with fist. Show pressing down. Make a fist. Step out, chop. Move forward with your strike. Parry, block, and punch. Connect out. Circle down. Step out. Parry to the side. Show block and punch. Grasping the bird's tail. Transition and then ward off right. Roll back. Press. And push. Single whip. Circling the arms. Making the hook. And strike. Wave hands like clouds. Turning, arms come to the side. Show grabbing, open the hook. Step shoulder width. Double wide. Using your elbows, rotating the forearms and the palms. Last one. We step corner direction for single whip. High pat on horse, shift back, empty stance on the toes, striking to the throat. Separation kicks, open up the arms, horizontal circles, step when they cross, and then separate. Turning the body, close the arms, stand up, look to the kicking direction, kick, bend the knee, change the arms. Sitting down, stepping less than corner, circle, close the arms, stand up, look to the kicking direction, kick, bend the knee. The arm and leg comes to the corner, straighten the leg, turn, arm comes in, left heel kick, bend the knee, brush knee, right arm comes in front, and then just like regular brush knee, open up and strike. The other side, shift back, turn, rotate the arm, 2 circles, step, open up, strike. Punching down, just like brush knee, turn and rotate, Then the arms come to the side, making a fist. Open up, punching knee level. Okay. Yes. Good final postures. Okay, any questions? Really? Nothing today? Come on, Marion and Michelle, this is where I need you. Okay.
I have a question, but it's later. I have a question about lotus kick, but that's later, so.
Yeah, and I'm just protecting
Third
my
section.
left
We can talk
knee.
about it after class.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm just
good.
protecting my left
Good.
knee.
I understand it was my right knee for many months. You guys bared with me through that injury.
You know, I do have a
Okay,
question.
so we feel good about our turn.
I do have a question about the timing of the heel kick and then the ward off before you move into brush knee. I was watching Nancy's video, and what I've been doing is after I do the kick, I'm like this, and then I come over like this. But she does it almost like it's one motion. So it's more like this.
14 weeks.
And I'm wondering if I'm waiting.
You mean sinking down as she does the movement, as she comes across.
Well, what I'm thinking of it, well, that too, but I'm wondering about when, like how long do you let that arm come out and ward off before you start doing this, before you go into brush knee and push? I mean,
Well, so as soon as you get to the ward off, so we kick. So it used to be turn first and then come down,
right.
But you can also blend them together where you can sink down a little bit and then continue the circle. But as soon as you get your arms from this position and you come to the front, there's no stopping here. It comes across and then immediately comes down and circles.
I think I'm just
so you don't want to stop.
Okay, yeah, I've been stopping in my own practice. I didn't realize that, you know, so thank you.
Yeah, it's just a transition, right? Yeah, so you come across and then just come right down. It's not going to be like the end of a posture, right? When we show brush knee, and there might be a little pause that you might see. There's no pause here. This is, you're coming in, you're connecting and just blocking, parrying down, and then open and strike.
Okay.
Cheryl,
Good?
I had a question.
Let's see it.
Cheryl,
yeah.
the question was on the turn body and left heel kick. Is there any pointers or when I turn, I know you're supposed to turn on your right heel. I have a hard time doing that with my shoes, and it seems like I'm kind of hurting my knee. Like it's just not turning. Is there any trick? I mean, what can you do to help with that?
Well, so something we've done in the school, actually, Rita, one of our instructors, introduced me to this trick. I think Jean was the one who got it. You can take leather pieces and actually glue leather pieces onto the bottom of your shoes, so that when you do it on a sticky surface, that you won't stick to the floor. Like, so if I take my new shoes and I try to do it on this wood floor here, it takes a lot of effort, right? So on the carpet, it's still sticky, but not as sticky. So if you're practicing on a wood floor with new shoes that are very grippy, you can take leather pieces and glue them to the bottom if they're going to be your Tai Chi shoes. Let me be clear on that. If they're your Tai Chi shoes and only your Tai Chi shoes, you can glue a piece of leather with the smooth side, not the actual leather like you would see on furniture, but the hide on the other side, the suede-like surface. Put that facing down and it'll give you the ability to turn on a wood floor.
Okay. Good idea.
Yeah. I can't. This comes from Rita and Jean. So thank you. Okay. Any other questions?
I just wanted to say, is it Karen who was asking about that?
Yes.
Well, I practice a lot in Birkenstocks on my wood floors because they're a lot smoother than my other shoes.
Okay.
And bowling shoes. Bowling shoes are a great choice because they have that slippery material as well. Every surface is different. This is what I was trying to explain last week. Like if you're going to a new space, sometimes it's good to practice that turn. And even the second turn we'll get to in this section, it's different in terms of turning on the toe in the opposite direction. But if you practice on that new surface, it will help. But never do so much force that you feel your knee is like tweaking. You know, if it's really sticky, just maybe turn a little bit or walk it around. You know, we never want to injure our bodies by using too much force to do one of these movements. That's one of our principles, is use intent, not force, or intend not to use force. So we never want to give it too much.
Yeah, thank you. I was
Yeah.
feel because I have indoor tennis shoes for my knees on a hardwood floor I have. And I was finding the heel kicking, so I've been using my toes more because my toes, for whatever reason, move it, but I know that's not right. And so I will try some.
Yeah, just do a smaller movement, you know, and then like try a different pair of shoes, or if they're going to be your Tai Chi shoes, try the leather on the bottom. I have some strips, so if you shoot me an email or even through Nancy, I can actually send you some pieces in the mail if anyone is in need. All right, so then if there's no questions on this section, let's just work on that little turn again, and let's see how we do. I'm gonna do it with you one time, but then I'm hoping maybe you guys can do it by yourself. So let's start at our high pat on horse and get our 2 kicks before we turn in, okay? So empty stance, left foot forward, right arm striking. Open up the arms. They open out to the sides, then come across. The arms are crossed, you step. Separate the arms. Take a moment. Is your left elbow in line with your left knee? Now turn your body to close your arms. Stand up. Look to the kicking direction and kick. When you bend your knee, right arm rotates up, left palm's in front of the shoulder. Sink your weight down, step, cross, show, separating. Close the arms by turning the body. Stand up, look, and kick. Bend the knee. Turn your knee and your arm comes to ward off. Straighten the leg, rotate your right palm up, and turn. Touching if you need to. Right arm comes in. Stand up. Curl back your toes for a heel kick. Bend your knee. Right arm comes in front. 2 circles. Step. Open up. Brush knee. Move back your weight. Arm comes up. Open your foot to the corner. Rotate your left palm up. 2 circles. Stepping out. Open up. Save some weight for the strike. Shift back. Arm comes up. Rotate your arm and your foot. Both arms travel together to the side, making a fist. Open up. Punch down. Okay. Did it feel different for anyone? Is it getting easier? It'll get easier as time goes on. So any questions on those movements before we continue on? Who feels like they could do it on their own so I could watch for a moment? Is it? Ooh, that's like a 25%. Kelly, Didi, or Rita, can I spotlight you? Raise your hand. Didi? Okay. All right, thank you, Didi. All right, so let's do it one more time from high pat on horse, okay? Let's see how everyone's doing today, because we're really getting into the meat of the kicking section now. So from high pat on horse, separation kicks, moving back your weight, open up the arms. When the foot steps, the arms are crossed, separate, close the arms, stand up, look and kick. Bending the knee, changing the arms. Next separation kick, step, circle, and then we close the arms, stand up, look, and kick. Turn body, so turn to the side, arm comes to ward off, straighten the leg, rotate the right palm, turn, touch if you need to, stand up and kick, heel kick, brush knee, right arm comes in front, 2 circles, open up and strike. The other side, so move back your weight, rotate your arm and your leg, 2 circles, step, open up, and strike. Punching down, just like brush knee, move back, transition, arms follow together to the side, making a fist so you can punch down. Great. Oh, awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Didi. That's so helpful. Okay, let's talk about a couple of things before we move on, because I wanted to use today to kind of review some things, and you guys are looking really good on the brush knees, okay? So when we're doing the kicks, one thing I want to note is that your kicking arms should feel like your cross hand arms, okay? So everyone does cross hands really nice. But what I'm seeing with the kicks is like some people are in here, some people, the arms aren't connected, maybe, you know, we're too low. When you're in a kick, you should feel like you're in cross hands from here. And then everyone's doing this very nicely. We're just missing our cross hands arms here. So just like cross hands, space from your chest, the arms are touching depending on which arm's on the outside. Now it might feel different when you have your left arm on the outside, but it's the same thing, okay? Good. All right, so that's the first thing. There wasn't much to actually tell you guys. The other thing is when we're punching, whenever we're punching, we want a straight line, okay? We never want to have our fist kind of cocked to one side, up or down or this way or that way, directly in line. So you see how you can't see my shoulder here? You can't see my elbow, you can't see anything, you just see the front of my fist. This is what we're going for in parry, block, and punch. When we're punching down, it's the same thing, okay? It's gonna have that same straight arm. Try to make your fist in line. Good, yes. I see improvement. Good.
Can I ask a
Yep,
question
beautiful.
on that?
Yeah.
step
Yeah.
down? When you bring your fist back, how is your fist? Is it up facing this way when you bring it back, or how is it facing? And I
It's a great question. So I'm gonna start closer. So sorry. So we move back and shift and we rotate our palm. It's facing up, right? So our right palm, here, I'll do it opposite. So we rotate and our palm is facing up, okay? Just like brush knee. So when we come to the side, it stays facing up. It stays facing up, okay? So we're from here, we rotate, and then they travel together. Fist is facing up, and then it just turns to go straight. So it's going from up to out. Just like if we were doing parry, block, and punch, it's facing up, and then it goes to straight. But here we're going down and straight. Okay? Good. All right. Any other questions?
I'm
right, so let's
I'm mixing my arms up again. The right kick and the left kick. How do the arms swing around each other?
Right arm is on the right outside for a right kick. So it always goes right arm on the outside for the right leg.
The piece before that, how they swing to get into cross arms.
Oh, for the turn?
Yeah.
From the turn? Okay. So after we do our separation kick, Our arm comes across to the side and we rotate our right arm facing up. When we turn, the only thing that needs to happen is the right arm needs to come inside.
No, I mean, you're high pat on horse. Start at high pat on horse, and then those two arm movements. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, high pat on horse. So
Yes.
the arms open up to the side, so we're level, okay?
Yes.
Then we come in, hands in front of the shoulder, toes
The
pointing
right
down.
hand in front of the shoulder.
And then the right hand comes across to the other shoulder. So we're kind of crossed here when our foot steps. And
That's
then
it.
we finish our circle by crossing.
Okay.
Then we close, we kick, bend the knee, change the arms. Sit down, left palm's in front of your shoulder, and then it comes across to your other shoulder, and then goes across your right arm.
And then back.
So think about the arm that's doing the big movement in these circles is the leg that's going to be doing the kicking.
Okay.
Does that make
Got
sense,
it.
Michelle?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, good.
I just keep losing these little pieces every now and then. Sorry.
The separation kicks are like the hardest kicks in the whole form in terms of the arm movements. They're just such big circles. The only other time you see something like that is when we get to Fair Lady Works with Shuttles in the third section. So it's understandable. Okay, so then that brings us to punching down, moves into turn body and chop with fist, which we do know from previously in the section, and then parry, block, and punch, which we've worked on, but we also have in the first section, okay? So I'm just gonna show you one time from the normal direction, and then we'll talk about the details. So we're in punching down. So we're punching knee level. If you have a shorter stance, you might have to lean down a little bit further, okay? It's all gonna depend on your stance. Turn body, we come up, protecting our head, circle, chop, and with your foot touching, save the rest for your strike. We connect out, the arms come down, we step to corner, we block, and punch. So this is a combination of movements that we've already done. The difference is the transition. So when we come from fan through the back, we're pushing down, right? This is a very much a push down. We make a fist, chop, and strike. Here, we're coming from punching down, okay? So when we do this movement, we don't need to come up and down. We don't need to do that. The meaning is there. Our arm is already down, so we're just gonna bring it up to about chest level, okay? So we start at punching down. Our left arm is gonna come up and protect our head, and our right arm just comes in front of our chest. So check your shoulder here. Is your shoulder down? Do you have space from your fist to your chest level? And then we relax our front foot, our right foot. Now what happens is we draw in and chop out. So when we do this movement, our left hand comes to our shoulder as our right arm chops out. So we're using our elbow again here. Can everyone see that? We're using our elbow and the back of the fist. Good. So from here, chopping. Good. Or here, I can mirror you.
Cheryl, that's not considered
Yes.
elbow strike. It's still a hand strike, right?
No, yeah, this is chopping with the hand. I'm talking about the elbow so that you can see that you're pushing down and we're not like moving like out to the side here, okay? This is rotating and chopping. You're chopping about your head level. So this is why we're talking about, because this is why we do these warm-ups, right? We do these circles because this is this circle. This is part of that circle. We're chopping out. So I want you to draw these similarities. That was good, Marion, into the chop, okay? So if we're here and I'm mirroring you, okay? Your left palm's up, ward off. Your right arm's down in front. You're gonna chop and come in. So it's gonna come down, left palm comes down, the right arm rotates and chops. So then we put them together. Good. So we're up, chop. And then from here, it's just one forward, one back. Good. Okay, let's put it together with the footwork because that's where it gets a little tricky, right? So we're in our bow stance. We'll talk about the footwork. What happens is we shift back our weight so that we can turn our left foot all the way to the corner direction. So both feet are in kind of a pigeon-toed corner direction for a second. So take a look down at your left foot. Is it to the corner? Now shift your weight into that left leg. Relax your right foot. Draw it into center. Step out for a bow stance. Now this is important. When you step out for your bow stance, anytime, but we really want to work on it here because we chop and then we move our weight forward. So make sure that you're not stepping and just dumping your weight in, okay? We want to step and touch and then move your weight forward, okay? So let's do it again. Left foot forward, bow stance. We're punching down. We shift back our weight. Use your waist, your leg, and your foot, your hip, turn. Move back your weight, relax your right foot, draw in, step out for your chop, and then move your weight forward for your bow stance.
Cheryl, when we draw our bodies back to make that turn, are we supposed to keep our bodies stacked? Because I think I'm angling my rear end out when I'm turning. What's the posture? I can't see, so I don't know.
So I'm going to turn the other direction, but when we do any of these movements, we don't want to do this. Can you see that? When we do this, we shift back. We're still leaning forward a little bit, right? So our body direction is going to stay leaning forward, but we're not going to lean. We're going to just move our weight. Everything's in my right leg now, and then it moves to my left leg. So from here.
As your body circles, your upper torso would look exactly the same without your hips like raising up or down or anything.
Yes.
I think mine are kind of like up at an angle. I'm glad I asked about that. Thank you.
Well, so this is rule number one, essentially, right? So we start the form, and we start, and we're standing. Once we turn, we sink down. Once you sink down, you're at this level. You've chosen your level for the entire form, right? So the only time we break that is when we stand up for a kick, okay? Because we straighten our legs and our kicks. So once you're at that level, stay at that level. If that means, Marion, you start maybe a little bit higher to make it easier for yourself so that you don't feel that change, then do that. Good. Okay, let's put it together. So from punching down. Oh, yeah. 1 second, everyone. What's up, John?
Yeah. I just had a question about the inguinal crease there. Do you try and maintain that inguinal crease internally rotated so that the claw stays open? You know,
so that's a good question about alignment, right?
Yeah.
So when we do this, we're folded forward, right? Because our weight is forward. So we're always, our angle of our body goes towards our weighted leg, right? The strength, the power. When we move back, we're still angled that direction. When I turn, I'm not letting my knee, see the difference of if I lose that rounded feeling, okay? So I can't even do it with this knee right now, but it would be something like this if you lost that, okay? So as we do this movement and we shift back our weight, check to make sure both of your knees are in line. as we turn our foot, our leg inside our hip, we're gonna keep that alignment. So my foot goes to corner, my knee goes to corner. My foot doesn't go to straight and then my knee to corner. You see the difference?
Right.
We want everything in the same direction. So even though we're folded and we have this kind of closed feeling, it's still rounded because we're not doing this. There's a big difference from this to this.
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
really glad you, I'm glad you asked, John, because I just tried these two things and my knees don't hurt when I do it the right way.
Yes. See, this is the whole thing. Like, there is no bad question. And if you're questioning it, somebody else might too. So always speak up because you're going to help the whole group with these questions. Okay? So let's do it and let's focus on our alignment. Okay? So we're going to put it all together. So from punching down. All right? Find a nice bow stance. Everyone shift back your weight and step out and see if you can pick up your foot. So we have a good starting position. Okay, we're in punching down. Move back your weight. Your arms come up, not too high with that right arm, and you turn. This is a checkpoint. We're turned, our arm is over protecting our head, and our right fist is in front of our chest. Move back your weight, relax your foot. Draw in, start your arm circles, and chop. Check here. Is your back rounded? Hands in front of the shoulder, chopping at face level. And then one arm forward, one back. And check your right elbow here. It should be corner. Your left palm should be in line with your left shoulder. Good. Let's do it again. So from punching down, move back the weight. Arm comes up, protecting the head. Relax the foot. Start chopping. So we chop and step. Strike with the left palm into your bow stance. Now don't move your feet, drop your arms. How's your bow stance? Look down. Are you on two lines or are we on one line? Good, let's do it one more time and take into adjustment your footwork that just happened. Because this can be difficult to step wide enough when we do this turn. So we're in punching down, left foot forward, right arm's punching down. Move back your weight, arms come up, turning. Now this time when you step out, adjust your footwork so you end up in a standard bow stance. Okay, how we do? All right, let's add parry, block, and punch in. So this is the same thing we did. Okay, we've done this before. It's the same exact transition. It's just a second time in the form. So we're striking. We're gonna move back our weight and we connect out with our forearm. So we end up in this position, our left fingertips pointing to our right forearm. We circle both arms down, use your elbows, draw in. We're gonna step out, and when our weight comes forward, we're parrying out to the side. So then we can pick up left arm and left leg come out together, and then we punch with the right arm. Okay, so let's do it again. So this movement should feel familiar. It's just a second time, okay? So from chop with fist, right leg forward, left palm striking. Move back your weight, left arm rotates so the palm's facing up, connect with your right forearm. Circle both arms down, pick up, touch, weight moves forward, so you end up here, and then left arm, left leg, hands at the hip, then punch. How do we feel about parry, block, and punch? I know Judy's working on it on Mondays too.
Pretty good.
Yeah?
I'm still working on the timing. I mean, I think I have it, but it's not perfect yet, so.
This is it's another hard movement. It's one of the longer movements where we have this transition step, right? I'm gonna try to mirror you. I've never done this, so we can face the camera. Okay, so, okay. So your right leg's forward. I'm gonna come right towards you so everyone can see this, okay? We move back our weight, we connect out. So find your position here. You're connecting with your forearm. See how I'm in the center of my body, not to one side or the other? Center, both arms circle down. Step, we're gonna move our weight forward. Good. Now left arm, left leg. Or right arm, right leg, sorry guys. And then punch. Good, let's do it again. Right leg forward, left palm striking, fist is at your hip. Move back your weight, connect out. Find your position here. Both arms circle down, we pick up, step, move weight forward. Arm and leg comes out together, and then punch. Good. It looks good from what I can see. Everyone's really tiny on the screen, but it looks good. Yes. So always make sure your hand comes to your hip.
Yeah.
Hand to the hip and then punch. What was that, Michelle?
I still don't understand why you reposition your foot. You're still in a bow stance, it seems, but is one a heel touch and a toe touch? Is that why you're repositioning?
Well, so when we're practicing the form, these are different methods of footwork, right? So if we did a brush knee to brush knee, one type of transition is just stepping from bow stance to bow stance, right?
Yeah.
When we're doing this movement, we're going to connect out and we're readjusting, right? So when we do this movement, there could be the meaning of connecting down and then I have to step back for an opponent, okay? The meaning could be circling down and then I have to step to the side, okay? These are methods of training the body. So there's different transitions to help us train the body. So don't analyze why exactly it is the way it is. Sometimes there were different training methods, okay? Most of the time our footwork is forward, right? We're moving forward. But what's to say we couldn't like move across to the side or something, right?
I did notice too, you went with your foot facing forward in the first stance and then your foot was at an angle in the second stance. Getting ready for the next bow stance, yeah.
Well, so when we do this one.
Yes.
Okay.
You're doing the bow stance crawl.
If I come, okay, so there's different transitions. And when we do a transition from brush knee, we stay in our shoulder width double wide stances, right? So our two brush knees and our punch down that we just did, everything's staying shoulder width. When we're coming from turn body and chop with fist into parry, block, and punch, when we connect and we step out again, we're stepping on one line, two sides. Okay, so I'm not stepping over here shoulder width, I'm stepping one line, two sides, moving my weight forward and stepping into a normal bow stance.
I see. Oh, come on, Tommy.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, let's practice just that little chunk again from punch down through to parry, block, and punch, okay? Left foot forward, right palm or right fist, knee level. Shorter stance, more lean in your body, so you're at knee level. Move back your weight, arms come up, one's protecting the head. Relax the foot, step and chop out. Move into your bow stance with your palm strike. Shift back your weight, connect out, arms circle down, Stepping one line, two sides, parrying out, left arm and left leg together, and punch.
Now this is all one move, right? The whole sequence from parry, block, and punch. Once you start from that first punch, you just keep going, even if you're.
Yes. So essentially this movement is against a 2-punch combination. So your opponent comes in with your first punch and you're gonna parry them to the side. Then they try to hit your head, you parry them to the other side. And then you hold them back and then you punch. So it's a long movement, but it's against a 2-punch combination, okay? And that's why it's so long, so that we're taking one to this side, one to the other side, hold them back, and then punch. So there's no stop point. It's deflect down, parry, block, and punch. Okay?
And
Yeah, it's a figure 8.
Right. And when you deflect down, you said that you don't start your deflection from the side of your body, even though you've now angled your torso, but your weight is still centered. Is that right? So your arms are still centered?
Connect out. Yes. So my torso is a little to the corner.
Right.
My arms are center because the punch is coming from in front of me. Now think about it like this. If this is martial arts situation, the easiest way to deflect any sort of punch is to turn your body to the side and make yourself smaller, right? No matter which direction it is. So as we do these movements, you're turning to the side slightly and then turning to the side again. So we're going from corner to straight. Does that make sense? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. So your fist, I just want to make sure I have my arms and my fist in the right position. It's the center. Is it centered in the body or is it, because it doesn't look centered exactly. It kind of,
Face your camera a little bit, Marion. Face your camera just a little bit more. No, you're fine. Just change your position. Oh, yeah, there you go. Now put your arms out, how you would do it.
Okay, well, I'm square to the camera right now, but I don't.
Now put your arms up.
Okay.
Now turn your body a little bit to the corner. Leave your arms to the front a little. Bend your elbow. Bend your fist, your left elbow. Yes, that's it. So when we're doing this movement, we're connecting out. We're not straight armed, okay? We're thinking about this point, okay? Shoulders and elbows always sinking down. We're using our forearm. So when we connect out, we're not connecting out like this. We're not reaching, okay? No, we're connecting out here. See the distance? See the bend?
Yeah.
So there's bend in the arm. And then from here, the body turns and the arm rotates. Okay? The body turns, the arm rotates. Can you see how like the space in my body here is not changing? I'm not collapsing my arm. We're not collapsing, okay?
Right.
We're rotating. Rotate. Yes. This is a good thing to practice, okay? These rotations, okay, this rotate, come back, and maybe punch, okay, is rotating the elbow. So we're not coming in. We're not doing this and then reaching out. We're not reaching out like this, okay? We're connecting out. So think about your forearm. If you had to use this part of your arm right here, you'd have to have a bent elbow. And then as you rotate, think about our warm-ups, rotate. So see when I rotate, my body turns, okay? See if my body's just turning, but if I'm turning and rotating my arm, it's the same thing. Do you see that? So if I turn, see this space here doesn't change, and I turn, yes, that's it. Everyone looks great. That's what we're going for, okay? We don't want to do this. We don't want to have our arms closed. We want like this, you know, opening, that feeling when we start and we're open, like the fingertips touch. We're not like this when we start with the form. We're like this. So keep that same thing here. Don't let it collapse and come back. Keep it out, out. Yes. Okay, let's do it again. One more time, okay? Starting from punching down. Keep that space. Keep that rounded feeling.
Cheryl, can you
So, punching.
before we start, can you just remind me when we do turn, body, chop with fist, when we are in this stage, is your arm this way or sometimes I get my fist
Yep.
confused. It's this way.
Facing down. Because then when you rotate, it's just rotating out. So from, yep. And it's the same thing in parry, block, and punch. The fist is facing out for a moment, then it's facing down, and then it's kind of like the chopping, except it's more out to the side because it's a parry, okay? But it's facing down and then coming out. So both are the same. So we're facing down and coming out, or we're facing down and coming out.
Okay, thank you.
Good. All right. So from punching down, left foot forward, right fist punching to the knee. Shift back your weight, arms start to come up, turning, protecting your head. Relax your right foot, step and chop, and move your weight forward with your strike. Parry, block, and punch. Move your weight back, connect out, two arms circle down, touch, parry again, left arm and left leg together, and punch. How'd we do?
Better.
Good.
I feel like I'm learning it all over again.
That's Tai Chi. That is the pleasure of Tai Chi. You start to feel the energy flow and you're like, oh, I'm not doing something right. It doesn't feel good in this movement. Okay. This is why we can continue to practice for so long. There's so many things. You can just flow with the Tai Chi. You can dive deeper into the details. There's so many directions to go. You can focus on the martial art. It all is amazing stuff. Okay. Any questions? One more time. Okay. We're going to do it one more time. Just the short section that we've been working on. So we'll start, let's start at the end of the second separation kick, and we'll do our turn and work on that all the way through, okay? And then next week, we're gonna work on our heel kick and a turn, and we'll see where we get from that, okay? We might add one more movement. So let's scratch what I said, and let's start at high pat on horse so we can get it all in, the whole kicking section, okay? Left foot touching with the ball of the toes, right palm striking. Arms open up to the sides, horizontal circle, right arm comes across and opens up wide. Close the arms, stand up, look to the kicking direction, separation kick, bend the knee, change the arms. Sink your weight down, step, left arm comes across, out to the side. Close the arms, stand up, look, kick, bend the knee. Leg comes to the corner, left arm ward off, straighten the leg, rotate the palm, and turn. Standing up, heel kick, bend the knee. Right arm comes across, circle, step, open up, strike. Shift back your weight, arm comes up, rotate, two circles, brush knee. Punching down, transition just like brush knee. Arms travel together to the side, make a fist, open up, punching knee level. Shift back the weight, protecting your head, relax the foot, chop, full bow stance with your strike. Parry, block, and punch. Connect out with the forearm, circle down, step, parry out to the side, left arm and leg, and punch. Okay, great work today, everyone. We're getting into the details. All right, so next week, another kick. We'll post the video. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Good work.
Yes, thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you.